Come on.
Hello again, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to the only podcast produced by three two-time winners of IMSA's Spirit of the Race Award. You tuned into the Check Engine podcast. We're hosted on Anchor.fm and streamed worldwide on all of your favorite streaming platforms. My name is Nick. Joining me, just like they do every single week, are my two co-hosts, Andrew and Tristan. Good evening, fellas.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Good evening.
It's going good. It's a Monday, so looking forward to 4 more days of work. But yeah,
As I told Nick, coming to terms with the fact that it's only Monday.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am now. Although, I mean, there's something about the way this year is laid out, where I understand that it's March, right? I get that. But it also seems like it could still be the first week of January and also November at the same time.
yeah. I feel like people are getting too excited about the fact that the weather warmed up a bit, and we just have to remember that it is only March 1st.
We're due at least one massive snowstorm.
Right,
Still.
it snows all the way until May. We're going to get one more.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so everybody calm down. Just because some of the snow has melted away, we're not out of the woods yet. Like everybody,
Just made it easier to plow the driveway, that's all.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, coming to grips with the fact that it is the first work day of the week, let's try to lighten the mood by recording a podcast, shall we?
Sure.
What is on the docket this evening?
Why are you asking me? This is your idea.
This was my idea, so I'll go ahead and present it if you don't mind, Andrew.
He just wanted the opportunity to claim this as his idea.
Well, this should be his idea because he's about to destroy. Well, tell him what it is.
Well, all the 100+ episodes that we have done, we haven't done one that is just simple car trivia. So this episode is lighthearted, kind of useless, kind of pointless. If nothing else, our listeners may learn some facts about the motoring world that they didn't already know. But this also, in a pinch, when you don't have a lot of turnaround time to come up with a topic, is pretty good for a car podcast. Just ask each other useless trivia.
A little behind the curtains action here. I mean, so 2 things about this. One, this really is nothing more than just a victory lap for you, Nick, who knows facts about cars, whereas I know nothing about cars, and Tristan knows some things about cars. So he has a better shot than me. I have standing without a chance completely.
Well, I think it depends on the line of questioning, because the questions I have looked through, there are some that are like, you look at it and say, how could anybody possibly know this? And then there are some that are like, okay, yeah, everybody knows. Like, I bet
I could see how someone could know this, but not me. And then,
for the love of God, how can anybody not know this?
Right, exactly.
Well, all right. Well, here's the thing, though, about trivia contests in general. I mean, I'm sure you've heard tell of this, Nick, but I don't know if you know it. Tristan and I are, of course, uniquely trained for the difficulties of the trivia contest. As being graduates of Stevens Point, we have trained in the dark souls of trivia contests.
We can and have literally done this for days.
That's right. You guys have the big trivia fest up there.
That thing is so nuts.
How many people you get in there? How many people you get into Point?
I was Googling so fast that I got blocked by the ISP.
Nice. But it is thousands of people come to Stevens Point to do. I mean, there's a documentary about it and everything. They hole up in all the hotels, and all weekend from Friday night to Sunday at 10 or 11, maybe even midnight.
Yeah, something like that.
The local radio station does round the clock trivia questions, and the winners have thousands of points and everyone else has like 9 points because it's the points are partially, if I'm remembering this correctly, are partially arranged on how many people answer the question correctly.
Yes, the more people who answer it correctly, it's graded as easier and therefore worth fewer points. It's basically there's a pool of points for each question, and it gets divided by the people who get it correct.
Yes. And then, I mean, this is super serious. So, you know, the normal, there's like lightning rounds and there's sound clues and there's, well, there was a like treasure hunt at one point. I don't know if they canceled that because of people recklessly driving around the city. But
no, they did it a couple years ago when I went up there.
Nice. Yeah. So the general form is they ask a absurd question and then they play a song. You have the song to answer, and then they, at the end of the hour, tell you how many points. But they take this so seriously. I remember it happens at least once a year, right? Because the people who read the questions out are alternatingly the local radio hosts or their interns who intern at the radio station specifically for this one job. If they stumble while reading the question, they will stop the song, throw out the question, and ask another one. Like, it's serious. It is deep.
Damn. I mean, I've done some trivia, you know, back pre-COVID. I did some trivia nights at local bars with some friends, but it was never
light bar trivia.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun, but it was never like super serial trivia marathons. And that's not what tonight is going to be, by the way.
That's true.
It's going to be...
Oh, I thought we were planning on that, Andrew. 72-hour podcast, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Anchor would allow us to do it.
We might have to break it up to post it, though.
Yeah, probably. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. But no, I don't think we're going to need to divide the pool of points by the number of people answering. I don't think we're getting into that. We're just going to we'll go around the horn and we're going to have a little bit of fun with this. So
yeah, let's do it.
Look forward. You want to dive into trivia right away, or does anyone have anybody? Did you hear that? Woo!
Yep, sure did.
Starting off strong,
so professional. Does anybody have any neat car news or pay slap news tidbits to go over?
This hot news, the big hot news today. Volkswagen, a German car company. They have made a blue GLI.
Ah,
this is good news.
Autoblog it was. I saw put a story about this GLI that VW put out, which is apparently quote unquote for the fans. And my reaction was, yeah, who doesn't remember the blue GLI? I mean, apparently it's some kind of reference, like the specific color Laguna blue, right? Mm-hmm. Is some kind of reference. Tristan, do you know this?
Even I don't know this. That might be arcana that my dad did pull out of nowhere, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Laguna blue GLI has a lot of Google hits.
But are any of them actually useful?
Let's see here. There's a
all right, here. I got the article here.
Forum, my Blue Lagoon GLI, Volkswagen Forum.
Here we go. This is from it was Automobile Magazine. All right, so the title, VW from the Blue Lagoon, ! This GLI concept throws it back to the 2000s, all 20 years ago. If there's one piece of Volkswagen Jetta history we all recall, it's the little sports sedan's Blue Lagoon hue from the mid-2000s. Wait a minute, you don't remember? Don't worry, you're not alone. All right. Thanks, VW. One for the fans. So stupid.
The Blue Lagoon concept, this is. So are they doing anything different with the car, or is it just literally a new shade of paint?
I think it's probably just blue.
It's funny. It's the first of what is being called the 2021 Volkswagen Enthusiast Fleet.
Oh, no.
Oh, I see here. It's finished in a throwback shade of blue and receives a long list of aftermarket parts. So it's throwing back to the street racing type aftermarket heyday.
Shut up and bring back the Lamborghini paint. It's all anyone cares about.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the first in a series. We may still see the Fahrenheit GLI return.
See, now that would be exciting. Those are exciting every time you see them.
Yeah, still.
And they're just orange or yellow.
Tristan, what did you say the name of this series was?
The 2021 Enthusiast Fleet, Volkswagen Enthusiast Fleet.
Is that not the most Volkswagen thing ever to name something?
Little did you know they're actually a ship company.
Which is right up your...
You know me, I'd be all about that.
I was going to say, it's right up your alley, Tristan.
Exactly. So how enthused are you about a blue GLI, folks?
Yeah, let us
looks
know.
cool.
It looks great. But yeah, I mean, maybe just make it available every day so you won't have to have the throwback.
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with that. I mean, yeah, what are we doing?
Especially considering that 99% of cars on the road are either white, black, or silver. Like, even though blue seems like a basic color, it's weird to hear people saying, "Hey, we're bringing back blue."
Remember blue?
Where did it go?
We're rebooting blue. Remember that?
Yeah. Wait. Are we giving them? Are we giving them wildly
Did you just say rebooting?
Rebooting. Shut up.
Yeah.
Are we giving them wildly too much credit for even considering this? Just because? Yeah, it's just blue, and what the hell?
It should have never gone away in the first place. That's my stance.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And again, anybody who brings back any color outside of white, silver, or black, doing a good thing, because we need more variety on the road.
As always.
So, the rebooting of the Volkswagen GLI.
So much.
Oh, that's great.
I can't help myself when they're that close together.
Tristan strikes again.
All right, let's.
Oh,
damn it!
What?
I should have had that as a trivia question. Oh my god!
What?
My soul just left my body.
The blue GLI?
I heard that.
What color was the 2000?
That would have stumped me. I got one here. I got a new story that just popped up today. I think is kind of interesting. I'd like to share with you guys. Get your take on it. Apparently, the Cherokee Nation last year requested that Jeep drop the Cherokee name off of their popular SUV, and Jeep, quote, respectively declined. Declined.
Now that surprises me.
Yeah. Huh. Surprises you that Jeep declined or that they asked?
No, I knew that there were, not new, obviously. I expected that they would bring that up at some point, kind of like I see it happening for the Kansas City Chiefs. So I don't necessarily...
Kansas City Chiefs, Atlanta Braves.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, Braves,
yeah,
Cleveland Indians.
It's not as direct. There's a spectrum. It's not as directly derogatory as, Redskins.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
And then you work your way down to generic words for Native Americans, Chiefs, Braves, etc. And then to specific tribes,
right.
Blackhawks, Cherokee.
And in my personal opinion, I don't find any of those complaints to be invalid, and nor do I think it's a bad idea to change the names of all those teams. With that said, there's always going to be, well, not always, teams and companies and whatever will always have the right to choose or tell even, the tribe whose name they stole to, pound sand or whatever. And they're just going to have to deal with that. But what I do find quite odd about this is Jeep, the same company who took Springsteen's commercial off air for his DUI, which eventually got dropped completely last week.
And I think they're re-airing the commercial now that got dropped.
Oh, I'm sure they are. They are. But for them to do that and then to turn around and say no to this, I mean, I think it says something interesting about their value system. I shouldn't say it doesn't say something interesting about their value system. They're showing you something about their value system. They did those things. It didn't happen in isolation.
Right. I mean, kind of what the point Tristan was making about like the spectrum of offensiveness, we can call it. And now, not being a member of any tribe, none of us really should have the right to speak on how offensive any of this should be. But it's how long has the Cherokee vehicle been in existence, and to what? At least I'm not saying it as a matter of what came first. So don't go there. But like,
no, I'm not. I'm just saying don't make this argument, man. Don't do it.
Like, I respect the right that if on one side, if they ask, you should at least consider it. And like, I don't remember Jeep being like mocking anything from their culture or anything like that, or being offensive in any way besides the fact they just use the name. Right? Like, it's so, on the scale, this is obviously like way lower than like Redskins or even Chiefs. But
I mean, that's not our judgment to make necessarily. I mean, I think the whole point is the nation saying that's ours, don't use it, and Jeep telling them, actually, we're just going to keep going, is the response that they had, whether or not you place more value on, in this case, a member or a high-ranking tribal official's interpretation of how that name is used, is completely up to each individual person. They can weigh that against the objective value of the Cherokee and Grand Cherokee names to Jeep all they want. It's just that the two things happened. And to me, the more interesting part is to weigh this against Jeep's weird overreaction to the Springsteen thing. Springsteen's never been a particularly or in any way divisive figure. And then he doesn't even like go to trial about it. So it's like, I don't know. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's weird. And just to put it in perspective, apparently, like the article that I found came out today, but I guess this happened back in the summer of 2020.
I'm sure.
So just for a timeline. So it's not like they just, the Springsteen commercial just came out and then this happened like within a month. Like this was before that, but just for some context. But still, I find it interesting. I posted the article on our Facebook page, and actually, Tristan, your dad had a decent suggestion maybe for this as like a kind of middle ground. Maybe Jeep enters into a licensing agreement with the Cherokee Nation.
Yeah, and I think that I think there's a quote from the Cherokee Nation principal chief in the article that I read, because I was actually going to bring this up also, is that he didn't give Jeep the blessing to keep using the name. He said, I thought it was the right move to drop it, and I think they respectfully declined to take that action, but they also left the door open for further discussions, and so did we. I think it was a good discussion in that respect. And I think Andrew positioning it as a flat denial, be like, hey, like we've got the next generation of vehicles in flight. It's going to cost us a lot of money, and we get that we get that it's something that we should work on, and we can discuss that with the next generation or whatever. Like they didn't just say nope and move on. They said, right now, no, but let's continue to discuss it. And I think that's a very different situation, if not outcome. It may turn out to be that they continue to push this off and be like, oh no, keep coming back to me. But like, the only reason it's come up now is that Car and Driver like ask these guys for comment on something that happened in 2020. It happened in 2020. They respectfully declined, but wanted to keep lines of communication open about it. And they haven't asked again. They haven't brought suit. They haven't pushed this past the first time when, hey, could you guys do this? Not right now, but let's continue to think about it. It's not like they keep putting them off. They haven't even asked a second time yet. So, I think it's a little bit of a different situation than it's depicted by, a lot of the, the downside of, social media and things like that is Cherokees ask Jeep to stop using their name. Jeep says no. It's that it feels different when you read a quote from the actual chief himself saying, they were super respectful about it. We just have to, keep talking about what the best way to do it is. And I think that's a different situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do agree that I think they should find a way to. A perfect world for me is to find a way to figure out licensing or education or whatever, and keep the vehicles that have the names up to the current generation, and then find a new related somehow name, a name of the they already use Laredo, a town name for a trim level.
Mm-hmm.
And where is the the closest big city close to where the Cherokee Nation resides mostly. Cool, let's name it that, so that it can say the proud home of the Cherokee Nation. The Cherokee is now this. And I think there's a way to handle it that everybody gets something out of it, both the brand and the tribe.
Like the TikTok trend, Tristan, call it a Cherokee without calling it a Cherokee.
Yeah, tell me it's a Cherokee without telling me it's a Cherokee. It's just tell me something without telling me something, or show me something without showing the thing directly.
I don't have a TikTok because I'm an adult.
I get sent them, and I watch them, and I enjoy them. I don't know what the problem is with it, but I don't obviously create content because I don't have time for that. But if I ever enjoyed Vine, I would be a hypocrite for saying I wouldn't ever watch TikToks. Because
why? They're different apps for in different time periods.
I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how that correlates, but that's fine. So you can't enjoy similar things to when you were a kid unless they're exactly the same and when you were a kid.
What's wrong with that? Never mind. This isn't the Star Wars podcast, but I'll wait for you to tell me what's wrong with moving past things that you liked when you were a kid.
But conversely, what's wrong with not moving past things?
Leave it for the kids. Leave something for kids, man.
Nobody left anything for me.
Wow. I see we're all particularly well adjusted in our mental attitudes this evening.
Anyway, I think it's something that back to the Cherokee thing, I think there's a way to handle it, and I think it's just figuring out the best way to handle it, because there's backlash it's not backlash if it's in every direction, is it? But there's lash from things like this, all the recent changes to logos and brands and names and things that are either a part of and appropriated from, or stereotyped versions of sensitive populations across the board, that the people who wanted it changed were like, yeah, but not that way, that makes us look like the bad guy. And the people who don't want it changed are like, why would you cave to the demands of these people? And it just doesn't work out for everybody. And I think they didn't want to just drop it like a bad habit because of that. I think it's worth finding a good way to do it. And the fact that even the people who were asking them to do it were like, no, they said no, but they were respectful about it. We've got the door open still. We'll figure it out. It's a good start. We'll see how it finishes.
Yeah, it's a good Well, I guess it's a good PR play for now, just to say that, hey, everybody's content at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. I thought it was interesting. Wanted to bring the discussion up, get you guys' take on it. So what do you think, readers or listeners? Man, I am just off my game tonight. What do you think, listeners? Let us know.
Should we have readers?
We could if we blogged more.
I can machine learning transcribe the entire episode and post it in a blog post.
Actually,
and see what hilarious things happen.
No, wait. Anchor just brought out something. Oh, it's Anchor bought WordPress. Now, if you write something on WordPress, you can have it text to speech on Anchor.
Oh God,
sounds like a nightmare.
That could be interesting.
Can we do the opposite? Can we have them transcribe our podcast into a WordPress post?
You know what? I honestly would not be surprised if that's next. Would not surprise me in the least.
Whatever. If it's another platform, another avenue for us.
Yeah. Anyways,
let's make it happen.
Anybody else?
Anybody else have anything, or should we start our trivia game?
Yeah, let's do it.
That was quite the harumph.
He's not happy about this.
I have visions of how badly this is going to go for me, and I don't think either of you appreciate it quite yet, but you will.
Well, let's put it off for just a minute longer, Andrew, so we can remind people how to get a hold of us if they want to chat with us about anything on social media or on the web. So first off, we have our very own website. It is checkenginepodcast.com. And associated with that is an email address. It is inbox@checkenginepodcast.com. We're also on social media. You can find us on Facebook if you search Check Engine Podcast. We're getting so many more likes lately on the Facebook platform, guys. We're almost up to 400. It took us like 8 months. It took us like 8 months to get from 250 to 300. And I think as of this afternoon, I checked, we were at 382. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So stuff's happening.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So yeah, thanks everybody. If you're not a fan yet on Facebook, go check us out by searching Check Engine Podcast. Andrew, where can they find us on Twitter?
At Check Engine Pod.
And Tristan, where can they find us on the gram?
Also at Check Engine Pod.
So there you have it. Be sure to like, follow, share, post, DM, reach out. Just how and when you can. You can ask us questions to answer on the show. You can let us know what you like, dislike, give us topic ideas, all that kind of stuff. So thanks in advance. Now, to get back to the show, it is time to play the first ever Check Engine Podcast Round Robin Trivia Extravaganza.
Ooh.
Just made that up as I went.
It was good. It sounded absolutely great.
That might be the episode title right there. So how this is going to work is one of us is going to ask the other two 5 questions, and then we're going to rotate. So I'll ask Tristan and Andrew 5. Andrew asked me and Tristan 5, so on and so forth. And I'll be keeping score on my end so we can award a trivia champion at the end of these 15 questions. So do you want me to start by asking the questions, guys?
Yes.
All right.
Strong yes.
Strong yes.
This was your idea, now suffer.
All right. So my first question for you guys is, what was the first Japanese car to be produced in the United States? This is multiple choice. It's Honda Accord, Mazda Miata, or Toyota Camry.
I actually know this.
See, I told you it's not going to go as bad as you thought it was.
It's Honda Accord.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
That is
correct.
Do we have sound effects?
Not now.
Dang. All right. So 1 for Andrew. Let's see here.
Wait, how should we do this? Should we use the raise hand feature?
You can, or you can just shout.
Yeah. Tell you what, we'll both give an answer because we're recording points for this, listeners. This does matter. Right. We forgot to mention this does matter. The winner will be deemed the only true car fan on the Check Engine Podcast.
That is true. And the other two are just posers along for the
Exactly. So we'll both answer each time, and
Something I've always claimed to be. So
you know me, just fanning of cars.
no, the poser part.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So question 1, Andrew got. Question number 2 for you guys.
Well, Tristan got it right as well.
Oh, that's right. So 1 apiece.
Boom.
Question number 2 for you guys. How much horsepower did the first Porsche 911 have? 35, 130, or 180?
180.
Answers one more time.
35, 130, or 180?
I'm going to go 130.
The price is right, me, you bitch.
The strategy worked. Tristan is correct.
It's all test-taking skills. That's why I did well in standardized testing. Not the highest number, not the lowest number.
Middle number.
Yeah. Always choose C.
So, after 2 questions, Tristan's 2 for 2, Andrew is 1 for 2. Yeah, but the first Porsche 911 had 130 horsepower when it was released.
I was thinking of its roots. 180 seemed too high.
Yeah.
Frankly, 130 almost seemed too high.
Yeah, that too. All right, let's see here. Question number 3. I'm bouncing around. I've got 3 different websites with lists of questions. So, where was it? Okay, we actually discussed this on an episode maybe last year.
Uh-oh.
What car sold more than 1 million units in 1965, setting a record that still stands today? Was it the Ford Thunderbird, the Buick Wildcat, the Chevrolet Impala, or the Pontiac GTO?
Chevrolet Impala.
I don't know. It obviously wouldn't be the GTO. What were the first two?
So Ford Thunderbird, Buick Wildcat, Chevrolet Impala, or the GTO, which you already wrote off.
Well, it can't be that, obviously. I mean, I guess Thunderbird, but that doesn't seem right.
Final answer?
Sure.
Like, you guys can guess the same answer if you feel it's right. So,
well, no, I would have said Mustang, but clearly that's not an option. So,
not in the choices. Yeah.
So
I would have chosen something other than I had chosen what I had just been given a fill in the blank. But I don't know.
So the correct answer is Chevrolet Impala.
I vaguely remember that from the episode. Wasn't that our iconic episode?
yes.
It sold a bazillion of them. Does that count?
Sure.
Yeah, so I think it was in the. I don't think it made it past the first couple of rounds, but
No, and because it's been so
just
horrible
numbers.
for so long.
Yeah.
right.
Don't get you anything.
Okay, let's see here. And a lot of these are with. Ooh, let's see here. Okay. I don't want to do that one. Maybe later.
Nice.
Okay. This one is not a multiple choice. Just guess. The most popular car color in the USA in 2019 was what color?
Black.
Tristan?
Silver.
Neither of you are correct.
The
It is
fuck?
Oh,
White was the correct answer. White
Second guess.
was the most popular. So that's 4 out of my 5 questions, correct?
Yes.
yes.
All right. What is... Let's do one a little out of the ordinary. Okay. Question 5. What is the... This is also, sorry, not a multiple choice. Just a guess.
I love always lining these up like Tim the Enchanter from
I was just gonna make you asshole. I was gonna make a Tim the Enchanter.
What is the most popular color of car in the United States in 2019?
God damn it! I was
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swell?
That's back-to-back weeks. You did that to me. Fucking unreal.
Yeah. Same wavelength though. That's which is also still terrifying to me.
You gotta love it.
All right, question 5. What is the official state car of the Emperor of Japan?
Toyota Century.
Tristan?
Well, it seems cheap to guess the same thing after he just guessed it, but also admitting that I don't know. But
okay, go with it.
Isn't it this? We talked about this on an episode. Isn't there like a special? It's the Toyota Century, but it's like there's like a limousine edition, like a special edition for him, right?
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah, it is the Toyota Century Royal.
Ooh.
Royal
is what it's called.
Royale. No, yeah, man.
With cheese.
So, technically, you guys are both half right.
He knew it. Yeah, he knew it.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you both a point there. So after my 5 questions, Tristan has 4, and Andrew has 2.
Yeah.
I didn't know
victory all the sweeter.
I'm gonna do mine next because I didn't know that we were making this a game. So my questions are mostly a voyage of discovery.
So no one's gonna get anything.
I'm so ready.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I didn't know we were actually like, counting and someone was going to win because I was just like, hey, here's some interesting facts that have stories.
Nah, man, caveman mode. This is victory or defeat. This matters.
All right, well, if we're gonna do that, I'll start off with this one. Then we'll try to veer away from Andrew even further. So you can answer it if you want to, Andrew, but Nick, the C1 Corvette.
Oh, fuck you.
Okay.
In 1953.
Yes.
Was available in one color.
Mm.
What was that color? A bonus half point for the full name.
Like
for example,
the full name of the color.
Yeah, like for example, Nardo
blue
gray
or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So it was silver, wasn't it?
I think I want to say red. I don't know the full. I'm not even going to venture a guess at the full name though.
It was in fact polo white.
Damn it.
You're
there's that door insert that they have going down the side that was white.
No, that doesn't get not the door insert color. That doesn't count.
No. What I'm saying is because the door insert was white, they would want a I thought they would have picked like a contrasting color.
Fair enough.
That's why I picked red.
Yeah, it's not wrong thinking.
Just the wrong answer.
Yeah, and like literally the next year by 54, they had a bunch of colors. So it was interesting because like here the first year you only get one color and there is no contrasting like door / on the 53 or 54.
Basically, the car got popular, so they improved it.
By the 56, 57, that was red with the white cutout. So I thought that was interesting because that's early Corvettes, Nick. I always envisioned two-tone paint, like almost always.
Right.
And it was just white. Now it did have a red interior though. So
and I mean I've seen just the white ones. I didn't know that was the only color available. If you're talking about
for the original C1s.
Well, there you go. So I'm over.
All right, this one I will turn into a multiple choice question. I'll try to do that with as many as I can. To make it a little bit more interesting, so there's at least 25% random chance. So the The largest 4-cylinder spark-ignited engine was 200 horsepower and was produced in 1909. What is the displacement of this 4-cylinder engine? 6.7,
What?
9.3, 21.5,
Fuck off.
23.4.
I'm gonna go with C.
That was 21 point.
21.4.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be like an outrageous number. So I'm going to go more outrageous than Andrew then and say 23.4.
More outrageous, but you were not listening earlier, Nick. Not the highest number, but not the lowest number.
9.
And always pick C. Andrew, you are correct. It is 21.5.
Hey.
4-liter. The 200 horsepower, 21.5 liter 4-cylinder powered race car of Victor Emery's Blitzen Benz.
That's horrifying.
Wow.
All of it.
Like those
Think
were
about-
literally like the cylinders were paint cans.
And those were inline fours. Probably at the time without counterbalancing shafts on them.
Nice.
Good luck driving that thing.
Wow.
Jesus.
What a nightmare.
All right. So for my next question,
Uh-huh.
what is the accepted first muscle car? The 1964 Pontiac GTO. The 1949 Oldsmobile Rocket 88.
What?
The 1955 C300. Or the 1951 Hudson Hornet.
Oh, this seems like a trick to me. This seems like a trick. I'm gonna go with the Hornet D.
Read me my options again, Tristan. So it was the GTO, the Hornet. What were the other two?
The 1949 Oldsmobile Rocket 88 or the 1955 C300, Chrysler C300.
So muscle car is different than pony car.
Yes.
GTO seems too obvious. I'm going to say C300.
Exactly.
The good news is everybody is correct.
What?
Huh?
Those are all right answers.
What? Oh my god.
I wanted you guys to be as frustrated as I was when I read this article. And this article was literally, what's the first muscle car? And then they give you reasons why the GTO, the Rocket 88, the 1937 Buick Century, 1951 Hudson Hornet, and the 1955 Chrysler C300 were all, depending on what your delineation of muscle car is, they could all have been the first one, depending on how you rack it up. Which made me absolutely mad.
As soon as you said, when you were reading the questions, you said what was accepted as, I'm like, okay, so this is completely subjective.
Yes. Although my take on it, my choice would be the C300, because it was one of the first cars that was advertised for its like racing and power capabilities. Like literally, it was a 300 horsepower engine. It was marketed as, it was marketed by its actual horsepower number. The production for the advertising campaigns had speed blur on the pictures and a guy driving it in a helmet on a racetrack, that kind of thing. So I like that one, but it's all of them. You're welcome.
But I am more right than Andrew.
What? Why?
Because I picked the one that was marketed as a race car.
It's offensive.
You picked the one that I liked, so you get 1 Tristan point, which doesn't count towards the score in the game.
I need Tristan points because I am behind both of you guys by a good margin.
Oh yeah, but listen, it's going to work out through the magical powers of math. It'll work out.
Yeah. So both of you are at 4, and I am at 1.
Yeah.
So, how many questions did I ask? 3?
3.
That was 3.
All right. You two are at least passably music inclined gentlemen.
You guys like cars, right?
Most car horns honk in the key of
C.
I actually know this one. I believe it's F.
You are correct, Nick. It is F.
Nice.
Which is interesting to me. And it was also explained to me that's why it sounds weird. Some car horns sound weird because they don't. And our brains, over however long this has been happening, where they all honk in F,
at least 10
have
years,
been programmed to accept the key of F. And if you have any kind of pitch in your head, it'll bother you if it's not.
Weird.
So weird.
That's not a problem I have. It seems like a, that thing they always say about they use up-tempo music in malls, or remember when malls were a thing? They use up-tempo music in stores so that you shop faster, like you physically walk faster. It's not a problem I have.
So maybe this is just me, and you two are both more musically inclined than I am, so you can help me answer this question. Is the key of F actually a popular key for music? Like, because I've heard a lot about E, and I've heard a lot about C being like the key for songs, but
I mean, it's not like popular in the sense of pop music, but it's also not like rare. It's somewhere in the middle. It's not an odd key, but it's not. Most stuff is in G, C, D.
Right. Just like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't hear about songs in F ever. So, but I'm also not as closely tied to it as you guys are. So that's why I brought it up.
It's funny. There's notable compositions in F major on Wikipedia, and also a list of symphonies in F major. They're kind of the same thing. The list is very much the same.
A lot of crossover.
Yes.
I was trying to find, Tristan, you remember that thing. There's some music theory thing that states that every key has an objective feeling. Key characteristics. It's called key characteristics.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Powers, key characteristics for F major is that it is, quote, at once full of peace and joy, but also expresses effectively a light passing regret, a mournful but not deeply sorrowful feeling. It is, moreover, available for the expression of religious sentiment. This guy's a quack.
This guy's a quack.
I read this and hated it.
None of that has to do with a car horn.
It's not pure peace and joy. That might be too sweet, but it's peace and joy and melancholy. The thoughtfulness that lies behind today's happiness, perhaps.
Nothing like qualifying your assertions.
What did I just read? Why did I do that?
Can we cut
All right,
that
let's get Andrew. No, we're leaving that in. Let's get Andrew out of this. I will ask my final question.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
The record for removing and replacing a car engine is A,
What?
32 seconds, 3 minutes and 20 seconds, B, or C, 32 minutes. All similar, but not the same.
So this is completely removing and putting in a brand new engine.
Correct.
In a full-size car.
Yes, in an actual car you could drive away from a dealer lot.
Did it have to run afterwards?
I don't have details on that, but I would
Then-
assume that is part of the criteria for the replacing part.
Then 32 seconds.
I agree. 32 seconds.
You are both correct, and it is held by the United Kingdom Royal Marines, and it was performed on a Ford Escort.
Much respect.
Did they give any more context as to why they needed to change it out in 32 seconds?
No, I have no idea. I was actually going to look more into that, but then I had to find more questions.
Almost certainly for the record.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's strictly because they could say we did it.
Yeah. It's like, call Guinness up. We just did this. Damn, 32 seconds.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine how choreographed that had to be?
Extremely.
Every tool and every nut and fastener and everything in just an exact place, and you can't drop one, or you can't. Oh,
brutal.
Damn, 32 seconds. Take that, NASCAR crews.
Let's imagine how many. How many? Actually, I have a typo. I'm incorrect. It is. However, I will continue to give you guys the points because it is literally just a typo. It's 42 seconds. I just missed a key by one.
Oh. Still, that's not much of a difference in terms of...
Still.
Yeah, so this is the average... So, a BBC video that shows the Royal Marines can change an engine in 42 seconds. The rules for the record attempt are simple. The car had to start running and end running. So
you didn't have to hook up the transmission?
The clock starts once the engine is turned off. The 5 Marines exit the car, change the engine, get back in the car, and drive it 10 meters. So you do have to connect to the transmission, and that's when the clock stops.
So there's... oh, shit. So that included climbing out, climbing back in, and driving. So the actual engine change itself was probably
less.
That's crazy.
20 to 25 seconds?
Yeah. So look, some of the commentary is like, this was done in the 70s or something, and that consisted of removing, 4 wires, some engine mounts, and some fuel lines.
Oh, shut up! Who even let that guy in?
It's like, come on,
Nobody
guys.
even likes him.
Still cool.
Still cool.
So yeah, so there is a video. We can share that on the socials, Nick. I'll send you the link.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Yeah. So, a typo on my part, but you guys are still correct based on your logic of go with the most ridiculous number.
Awesome. So, after Tristan's line of questioning, Andrew, who thought he was going to do terribly, is in the lead with 5 points. Tristan has 4, and I have 3.
But it took me 2 rounds to get 1 point ahead of Tristan.
Right. So you better hope Tristan completely shits the bed for your questions.
Well,
actually, both of
possible.
us.
Was that Nick?
I'll probably end up last.
Stop.
Just a strong start and then nothing.
All right. Let's start with this. How many models or trim lines are there of the Bugatti Chiron? Not multiple choice. How many are there?
Not multiple choice, you said?
Not multiple choice. I'm not doing... I will try to avoid multiple choice questions.
Okay.
Let's go with... Oh, man.
I'm going to say 4.
Ooh. Oh, we'll do Price is Right rules for this, by the way. We'll do closest without going over.
Closest without going over?
Tristan, if you just say 3, I swear to God.
It's only fair.
That's what you get for going first. Let's see. Oh.
Anime thinking noises.
You said how many, Nick? 3? You said 4.
I said 4.
You said I shouldn't say 3. Okay,
yeah.
I'll say 6 and risk bust going over.
Ooh, Tristan is correct. It's actually 11.
Whoa!
is
Wow.
11. So
There's 11 Chiron trims.
there are. So there's the Chiron, Chiron Sport, Chiron Pure Sport, Chiron 110, Chiron Super Sport. The Bugatti Divo is a Chiron. The Bugatti Cento Daisy is apparently a Chiron. The Chiron La Voiture Noire, that means the black car. Chiron Noir Sportive, that means the black sporty. Bugatti Bolide and the Chiron Sport Le Légendaire du Ciel.
Legend of the Sky.
Yes, that is correct.
My sister Brenna, if you ever listen to these episodes ever, that's because of you.
Wow.
Right?
But why? It's already a $2 million car negative 260 miles an hour.
It sounds like Nick just got hurt a little.
Well, actually, you know what? I will ask a follow-up question related to Bugatti.
Oh no.
My second one will be related. According to the Bugatti CEO, Wolfgang Durheimer, the average Bugatti owner owns how many cars in total? Again, closest without going over. The average Bugatti owner owns how many cars?
Not how many Bugattis, just how many cars in general.
Correct. How many total cars
Okay.
does the average Bugatti owner have?
I'm going to let Tristan answer this one first because I answered the last one first.
Let's go with 23.
Ooh.
Respectable.
I'm going to go a little bit less than that. And I'm going to say 19.
Oh, Tristan's right again. It's 84.
What?
Oh, wow.
It's 84 because here's why. The Sultan of Brunei
Drives up the average.
And well, there's no accurate number on his collection, but it's thought to be several thousand.
Oh, okay. Well, there's an outlier then. Take him out of account.
But also, I mean, Jay Leno, a lot of
Basic
football
statistics.
players, like the people who own these cars own a lot of cars. 84. Fucking ridiculous.
Probably a lot of other stuff too.
Also, the average is 3 private jets and only 1 yacht.
Plebes.
That's crazy.
I just found out yesterday that word is pronounced plebes and not plebs.
Yeah, not plebs. Yeah.
Lame. Plebs is funnier.
Shit, I need to get a move on here.
Right? All right, Nick, tell you what, I'll throw you a little bone here. We'll talk about which one do I want to do? I have 2 questions that are right in your wheelhouse. And they're both about Bond movies.
Okay.
Let's do
You're
this
putting
one.
pressure on me now.
Oh yeah, immense. The pressure is on.
My camera
Pressure
is
makes
on.
diamonds,
You can see
man.
me
Pressure
sweating.
makes diamonds.
That's right. I like this over-under thing. We'll keep it with that. So, how many Bond films have featured a Land Rover?
Ooh. A good portion, if not all, the Daniel Craig movies did. At one point or another, have a Land Rover in it. At least one Brosnan movie did, but in most of Brosnan's run, there were BMW was the partner.
Right. There
film.
was the BMW.
It was the BMW years, we'll call it.
Yep.
So there's at least.
I'm gonna stop with this and just guess. Lucky number 7.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go higher than that. I'm gonna go 11.
Sorry, I just realized I didn't bother to check the year on when this the year this one was made, and there's no date in the page. As of Skyfall, was that the last Bond movie that came out?
Spectre.
Spectre was the last one.
Which had one in it for sure.
Okay, so then the number is 5. Octopussy, Living Daylights, Tomorrow Never Dies, Skyfall, Spectre. I remember it in Spectre as well.
Okay. So no points.
There weren't any in Casino Royale or the first 2 Bond ones. Casino Royale or I'm dying, Nick. My brain is dying. Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace. According to this, no. I thought there was one in Quantum, but Skyfall came out after.
I thought that's what they drove the villain out to the desert in.
Let's
the very end.
Maybe it's
Spoiler.
Quantum of Solace cars.
Oh well.
Anyways, that I guess I should have double checked that. I didn't think to look at the date.
That's okay. Even if you include Spectre, both of us are over.
You know what? Very clever. That was not a Land Rover. It was a Range Rover.
Oh.
Absolutely blown out. Nick's in tatters. Night ruined.
My brain is on the wall behind me.
So it could be 4, potentially 5. We'll throw that out. That was a bad question. We'll throw that out.
No, I
when the whole class gets it wrong, you got to curve it.
Well, because the Land Rover Range Rover thing, and
because the Range Rover is technically a Land Rover model.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Which is weird, yeah. But not. Right. But then marketed separately.
We'll do a Bond do-over. We'll do a Bond themed do-over.
So that question does not count.
Correct. We'll try again. All right. This one, I feel like you're going to get this right away, Nick. What was the first Bond film to star an Aston Martin?
I think it was Goldfinger.
Tristan?
Yes, I know it's Goldfinger.
100% Goldfinger. Yes,
I'm 95% sure.
Exactly that. Goldfinger. You both win a point.
Yep. So that didn't help me at all because Tristan still got a freaking point. Okay.
What was that? 3 there? That was 3 questions?
Yes. 2 Bugattis and 1 Bond question that counted.
Yes. All right. All right.
Not for points, but what was the onset nickname of the submarine Lotus?
What? I don't know.
Yeah. What?
From the Bond movies.
The nickname of the submarine Lotus?
Yeah.
Dave.
I honestly have no clue.
Wet Nelly. Which I think is so funny, and that's why I remember it.
Incredibly dirty.
That's British for you.
From the Spy Who Loved Me.
Oh man. Let's see here. What do I like? I don't know. I should have gone all for Price is Right style questions. But we'll go with this instead. This is easy. This is basic. What was the last car to be officially signed off by Enzo Ferrari himself?
Wasn't it the Enzo?
Tristan?
Oh, was it? Was that because of him, or like did he still sign off on it? I don't know. Like trying to remember what I don't know.
You love Ferrari. You love Ferrari names.
Yeah, man. Give that one to Nick.
Except he's wrong. It was the F40.
Really?
It was. Yep.
I thought he was around for longer than that.
Nope.
Damn it.
Man.
The F40 is a good send-off.
Yeah, definitely. 200-mile-an-hour car.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
First.
Shut up. The second one isn't never. No.
200-mile-an-hour car in Italy.
And also Japan. Explain the... Triggered.
I know.
Some of these questions are just absurd. All right. I have one last question. It is a music question, and it will be multiple choice.
Okay.
The song Fun, Fun, Fun by the Beach Boys mentions which classic car? Ford Thunderbird, Chevrolet Chevelle, Ford Mustang, Pontiac GTO.
Fun. Come on, Nick. Don't let me finish it. I know this one.
I'm gonna say Thunderbird.
Correct.
Yep.
Till our daddy took the T-Bird away.
That's right. Daddy took the T-Bird away.
That one's actually a little tricky though, because it's not like, unless you're thinking about actually Thunderbird, T-Bird, that's an easy one to miss.
Yeah, it's true. You have to like be able to pull the lyrics up.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know, for whatever reason, GTO was popping into my head too, but that's a different song.
It is.
Yeah, exactly. So I almost talked myself out of Thunderbird.
go with your gut.
Yep, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And it was a success. Is that 5 questions for you, Andrew?
Yep. Yeah, should be, right?
All right. So then the winner of the first annual Check Engine Podcast Car Trivia Extravaganza is Tristan with a score of 8.
Soaring. 8 of 15.
8 of 15.
Well, 8 of 10. He asked 5.
Oh, that's right.
That's
That's
true.
right. Oh,
True.
shit. No, he actually did do something cool.
Thank you for validation.
Andrew, you and I tied at 5, so you were not last.
All right.
You're also not. You were also second and last
At the same time.
Tristan is a remarkably good trivia player. I think it must be that test taking thing.
Yeah.
Test taking, and I have an inherited ability to retain just vast amounts of useless information.
That is also true. The things you know about the things you know about.
Why do you know that particular thing and not this other thing? I don't know.
Why do you know that
Particular
particular thing about that particular subject? Like those, it always baffled me. We've been friends
Usually 'cause
for
it's
30
funny.
years. It's always baffled me.
Yeah, usually because it's funny. I heard it once and it amused me or something.
Yeah, funny facts are usually easy to remember. Let's see what honorable mention questions I have. Oh, this one I was going to ask just out of curiosity, see if you know this. Mini is famous for making more room inside their small cars by doing what? I really thought.
I don't. You'd say making them taller?
No, when I say it, you're gonna be like, oh, duh.
Transmission tunnel?
Really close. Turning the engine sideways.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, shit.
I mean, a lot of cars do that.
Oh, right, but that was like their thing, right? In a super mini.
Transverse mounted engines. But yeah.
Does anybody else have any honorable mention questions or facts?
Yeah, well, where does the word car come from?
Comes from
Shortening of horseless carriage, CAR, carriage.
oh shit. What if he's right?
That's actually not a bad guess because yes, but even further back. So it's originating with the Latin carus or carum if they're plural, meaning wheeled vehicle, and that's also where we get the words cart, carriage, etc. So yes, basically, but even further back.
So we should have been saying care the whole time.
Getting our cares.
or cart.
Carrot.
So
Care.
that sounds too much like carrot. But yes, the motor car is attested to from 1895 and is the usual formal term in British English. Auto car
Ooh.
self-propelled car, and horseless carriage are all also attested to in 1895, because it was like, this is the new thing. We don't know what it's called yet. Let's make up words. And then there's also the word automobile, which is weird. It comes from, as is most often the case with people who are making up words, they pulled Greek and Latin and just kind of mashed them together.
Mm.
Autos is Greek and mobilis is Latin. So automobilis, self-moving thing. So
Very
that
nice.
was
Moving thing.
Self-moving thing.
thing. So, yeah, because I had my own theories, so I wanted to look that up and realized it might not make a great trivia question, but it's a fun fact.
I never once actually thought about where that word came from until you just asked it.
Yeah, because it actually occurred to me when I was looking up trivia. It was like, because you'd get different results for like automobile trivia, car trivia, like
road trip trivia,
auto trivia, which just sounds like asking questions about yourself. But engage in a little auto trivia. That's better than auto trivializing though. So, and it was just like, I wonder, why do we have these different words for the same thing, and where'd they come from? Because I think that's probably maybe even the bigger reason I have all these weird facts in my head. The internet and questions.
Fair enough.
The internet.
You know what?
Curiosity.
I actually thought this was a pretty good time. I kind of thought that it was going to suck because I was going to be terrible at it.
No,
yeah, Nick didn't exactly sell it.
No, I probably shit the bed myself. No, I think this is, for our first run at this, obviously we can figure out ways to make it better moving forward. But if we do this once a year or something like that, or maybe more often, but yeah, I think it went pretty well.
Well, I would like to think that when we get the studio finished, that we could do like a full on Jeopardy style episode, categories, buzzers.
Shit, yeah.
Bring
in somebody else to host it for us. We need our own Alex Trebek, rest in peace.
We got plenty of people around. We got partners aplenty.
Yeah, we can do that. You know who would make a good host? And we probably couldn't. It'd be tough to actually get him here in person. But Artisan Loaf would make a good host.
Oh my god! I wonder if he'd do that. That'd be tight.
So cool.
Oh shit. Okay. I should have kept that quiet off air so we could plan it in secret. Big reveal. That's such a good idea.
Oh man, that's gonna be. Yeah, I'm fired up for that. Can we do that next week?
I mean, the listeners probably get bored, but I wouldn't. You know what? Hey, look at that time. That's good. Should we call it a short episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
We after the last two.
I was gonna say we gave the listeners 3 straight marathons to start the year, so we might as well give them a little bit of a break, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, first, before we take off, folks, if you have any cool tidbits of car trivia, send it our way. We already mentioned how to get in touch with us on socials and through our website and email and all that kind of stuff. So give us your favorite trivial car fact. We look forward to hearing about them. So thanks for sticking with us. We appreciate you listening, but we don't want you just to listen. We want to interact with you. Like we just said, send us some trivia stuff. We already mentioned how to find us online and on the socials. Wherever you're streaming us from, be sure to leave us a review on that platform. Preferably a good one. We'd appreciate that. And or hit the subscribe button. It's free, and you'll get notified of anything new that we put out. If you're really into what we're doing and would like to support us monetarily, you have 2 options for that. You can go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/checkenginepodcast, or hit the support button on our homepage at anchor.fm/checkenginepodcast. Every cent pledged is put towards making this podcast a better experience for you, the listener, i.e. building a Jeopardy set in Andrew's basement.
Oh, yeah. We could do all the major game shows.
It'd be great.
Oh, yeah. Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Square. I said popular.
Oh,
Do you really like Hollywood Squares or something?
no. Not
Oh,
at all.
I thought maybe that was like
Family
you
Feud.
revealing. That's a good one.
Family Feud. But point being, none of these pledges through Patreon or our support button go back into our personal pockets. Again, thank you in advance. Guys, who or what are we thanking before we get out of here?
I forgot to think of one. Tristan, you go first.
All right, yeah. This is not quite as serious as some that we've had, but also not a joke either. I'd like to
Don't laugh.
I'd like to thank a local business, although they probably don't listen. I would like to thank Sunny Side Up Family Restaurant in Dousman, Wisconsin. Andrew, I mentioned to you the other day that I hadn't had like Mexican food from a restaurant, Mexican restaurant, like actual Mexican food, which
Yes.
you and I differ on what actual is made at home. Is it actual or not? But in quite a long time, probably pre-pandemic, and we had a hankering for Mexican food the other night. Looked it up, and it is fabulous Mexican food, and the people are like super nice. So definitely recommend, and thank you for fueling this particular episode of the Check Engine Podcast, because I just had it for dinner tonight too.
Oh man, now I'm hungry.
All right, Andrew.
Me again? Oh, he said, surprised it came back around again.
Well, have you thought of one or no?
No, I was thinking about Mexican food. If you must know. I mean, let's just go for the standard one, right? I'll thank my wife for. I mean, I don't want to curse it necessarily, but so far she's been extremely good as far as the pregnancy thing goes. There haven't been odd cravings. There haven't been odd, wild mood shifts. It's been just like the easiest thing in the world. So now that that's over, since I cursed it, see you next week.
Thanks. It was great while it lasted, right?
Yeah, great job.
Yeah.
You still have
No,
you still got like 6 months, dude. You should have said that already.
She's doing just fantastic. Like it's been, I don't know. It's been great.
Go, Meg, go.
Yeah.
I would like to thank, this is a dual thank you. We got on Facebook over the past week or so some unexpected shares for some pretty big influencer accounts that came out of the blue. We didn't really have any communication or relationship with these pages beforehand, but they must have seen or heard something they liked. So we really appreciate it. One, Monday Morning Racer, thank you for the episode share. And also, same goes to Garage Insider TV with Lou Santiago. So both of those pages unexpectedly shared one of our episodes to their much larger audience than ours, which helps us greatly and is really, really appreciated. So when you're done looking up our socials, be sure to head over to Monday Morning Racer and or Garage Insider TV with Lou Santiago. So thank you to both of those groups. And as always, thank you listeners for your continued support. We love hearing from you. We love recording this for you, and we can't wait to speak to you again. Until then, take care.